night, 9:55, April 24, 2023. And that would be the last one. Now we're going to go back and check on Edmund and put in what we have of the next scene for Escape from Maine, which is the screenplay I'm working on. And the next scene's title, because there's always a scene title, and I like to use scene titles because it's better than the numbers and stuff like that for me if I can. I don't mind page numbering at all, but that changes as the script changes. The scene titles can stay the same. Anyway, this scene title is going to be called Waterville. It's just one word, Waterville. It's about me going to Waterville, Maine, to a place called Railroad Square Movie House. I looked it up today a few times, and I went there to meet a date off of Plenty of Fish, and she talked a lot about Pepe Le Pew, so I gave her that username. So I kind of twisted the truth a little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit, because I don't know if that was her real name. But she did tell me her name, but to be honest, I would have changed it when I put it into Escape from Maine, because I changed everybody's name in that pretty much, but Stephen King, and Bradley Cooper's mentioned because he was in a movie called Silver Linings Playbook with Jennifer Lawrence. And I did see that movie with my date, who was, I don't know, she was a Presbyterian is all I can say. And then we went to what I recalled a Mexican restaurant. I cannot find it on Google Earth. I went back through Google Earth, could not find it. I went back through Google Maps and couldn't find it, but it was right next to the Railroad Square Movie House. Railroad Square Movie House in Waterville. And there was like a Mexican restaurant. I don't know if it's there. So today, who knows? But that we had Mexican food, and then we went and saw the one and only Bradley Cooper in Silver Linings Playbook. We didn't see him in person. Never met him in person. Never shook his hand and everything, but I went to the same school as he went to when I was going to the new school, university. And so I basically, we saw the movie. She was kind of quiet. That's what I liked about her. And she was Presbyterian, which I thought was kind of cool. I'm pretty sure that's right. Could be wrong. Not 100% on it, but I thought she was Presbyterian. Now later, I'd contact her later in other emails, and she was always like doing things like making deviled eggs for like a wedding party. And she was kind of a godly woman, doing things for the church. But her writing was very dialogue kind of based. So when she would write, it sounded like someone speaking. And I always told her, it's like, you would make a great writer, because when you write, you always sound like you're right there, like you're speaking. And she just kind of got bashful, I guess, about it. She was educated and I was educated, so she had gone to school. I don't know if it was the University of Maine where she went to school, but she did go to school. Then after we talked about Silver Linings and what she thought about it, and it was a quick conversation, like, what'd you think? And she said, I think she said she liked it. I said, I thought it was great. It's an important film. Matthew Quick had written the book and all this stuff. And I think it was it Russell that directed it? But anyway, we talked and everything, and she's like, well, yeah, it was cool. And then it started snowing when we were in the parking lot right before Railroad Square Movie House. And so I, used this snow brush to get the snow off my car. And I was still talking to her, hoping that we'd have a second date. That's the reason I left Maine, is because there was never a second date on all these dates I went on. I went on maybe like 10 dates. Never a second date, So I thought, that's good enough. I'll take off. So after about a year, 15 months, I left. Always one date. And then there was always talk. I usually leave after that, after a while. That's what you do, That's how we're human beings. We migrate. So anyway, that's what that is about. I'll be writing that. It's a couple pages, probably from page 80 to 82. It describes a little bit of what the Railroad Square Movie House looked like. and the Mexican restaurant, which he's waiting in, and he sees her. Now, the next scene that we'll be working on after that is the conversation that we have in that Mexican restaurant right next to the Railroad Square movie house, which is in Waterville. At least in the story it is. We'll just agree upon that before you get too technical. But go to Google Earth, check it out. If you can find the name of that Mexican restaurant, I'd be happy. Remember, it's very, 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 very close to the Railroad Square movie house. There he is. Good old Edmund Tuxedo Cassavetes. Edmund Tuxedo Cassavetes. The cat that gained a little bit of weight, also known as Well Kitty. You doing pretty good, Well Kitty? I got him on dry food right now. Dry food, as in Purina, natural. Right, Kitty? We gotta work on a page. I'll work on that. And that'll be the end of this one. I have no idea how many it's gonna be, but I'll know eventually. Nothing in life is truly ever finished, is it, Cat? Not everything is finished. I've got some things here that I picked up. Got myself this thing. Some sauces, delicious sauces. This is what I bought earlier today. And I know, Kitty. I know, you're gonna get yours. And this is my leftovers from Whole Foods. So I have leftovers. Sorry, Kitty. Here we go. Right here. You ever heard of those judges that when you have children, they want to take a photo of the inside of your refrigerator? We have this. We have delivery. They can deliver food each day. They want to spy on you to see what you're feeding your children. That's evil. I've heard about it. They do custody cases. Send me a photo of your refrigerator, the inside of your refrigerator, so I know that your children are well fed. Because we want to make sure your kids are plump and overweight, just like a lot of kids have to suffer, especially through COVID, being plump and overweight. It happened to me, and I will not participate in a divorced family, ever. I don't care the consequences. It's against my religion. I will not participate in a divorced family. A single person has to eat light so they can start over and procreate again, which our country is against. Just like China is against procreation. China is against procreation. Abortion is against procreation. The government is against procreation. Biden is against procreation. And everyone that supports abortion is against procreation. You have the rights, and we have the rights. There is something that says I have the right to speak, and I am for life. I am for procreation. I am for having children, and I have 3 of them. 3 beautiful children in the name of Jesus Christ. I do. I'm for life. I'm pro-life. I do not support abortion and never will. I think it's wrong and evil to tell a woman to lay down in a hospital bed and remove the child before the child can even be born or even has a chance to be born. I think that's murder, and everyone behind it will suffer the consequences of murder when God returns. Listen to my voice now. God is real, and he's going to return. And you will suffer the consequences for doing the one thing he hates the most, is killing his children. And he hates abortion. And I have the right to believe that, because that's what the Constitution helps me with, that I have the right to procreate. That's why I did. And murder will be punished accordingly in the state of Texas. We will punish those that murder in all forms. That's the one thing and the only thing on all 10 commandments that we don't like. Murder, because we want to protect our own. How would you like it if someone told your wife, here's a way to prevent you from having the child. I'm going to teach you to do that. You wouldn't like that person. And you would dislike that person. That's why that doctor at Texas Health, Alexander, is no longer a doctor. He lost his license. I promise you he did. Because he shoved me out of the ER and hurt my shoulder and caused disruption in my life because he supports killing unborn babies and will go to prison for it when he tries to abort a woman's child. There you go, kitty. It'll happen. It's on my channel. His name is Alexander Kirk. We busted him. All right, got to work on a page, Escape from Maine. It'll be finished eventually. But we're only on page 80, and it's going to be a big one. Now, it's time for a cat commercial. All right, kitty, just hang on. It's going to be a revamp of Creamy Delight Chicken Feast with real milk. So, we got to find something to put it in. Come on, kitty. Sorry, I'm wearing Linda's shirt. Come on. Come on, kitty. He's shy. You gotta jump up here for it. You gotta work for it, kitty. You can work for it, come on. Come on, kitty. You can do it. Let me turn the Spielberg light on. There we go. Here we go. This one's known as Creamy Lovers, as ocean whitefish and tuna. I think he'll like this one. There we go. All right, that's my cat commercial. He's getting whitefish and tuna from Fancy Feast. It's a creamy delight. Y'all have a good night. So, light snow pelts the windshield. Jonah activates the windshield wipers. Jonah wears a black half zipper sweater, I guess is sweater. So Jonah wears a black half zipper sweater. Black half zipper. I'm calling it a half zipper sweater. And I'll just put a brand name on it. All right, let's just go ahead and put this up right here. And we'll just go ahead and end the vlog tonight. As they say, vlog over, or however you want to say it. I don't always say that. The vlog never really ends. Why say it? Okay. Goes down in here for Kitty to play with. There's my stapler. There's my lamp. And good night. I know you need your privacy in these moments. And I will give you the privacy. Live long and prosper, Kitty. Live long and prosper. You can see the shadow. That's cool. The shadow. The shadow. We'll play in a minute with the laser light, Kitty. Here. Let me pet you. Yes, you were. You're a good kitty. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. You like to be on the beach, don't you? On the beach with a big harness. Walking around. Yes, you were.